We're always curious about songs, and we're always curious about their lyrics. And right now, we have this particular song in mind.
And that song is called Right Now, Na 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 by Akon, which should be recognizable to you by this.
So Akon, he's a singer. I guess you could say he raps as well. But he's very popular about 10 years ago. Maybe even lesser than that. Just back then. Anyway, yeah, he used to be very popular not long ago. He released a lot of singles from his albums. This song in particular, I think, is his first single of his third studio album, which was Freedom. The album used to be called, well, was originally supposed to be called Acquitted, but they changed it. He changed it to Freedom. I don't know. I think that sounds more acceptable rather than just Acquitted. Many of his songs have become very popular. A lot of his singles have made platinum, like triple platinum. A lot of his records have made gold. So he's very successful in terms of being famous for his music. This song, it's a little more sweeter and loving than some of his usual songs, because some of his songs talk about a life of crime that he used to live. Some of them are about promiscuity and the nightlife and all the ladies and all. But this song is a little more heartfelt because it feels more personal and how he feels about a relationship that probably didn't work out.
He was really private about his age and his birth date for some reason. But I think in the end, they did find out roughly how old he is, and I think his official birth date is in 1973, so he's about 40-something years old, 43 years old or something like that, 1970-something. And that's about all I know about Akon.
I don't think we need to disclose
I know,
details.
but I just while you were disclosing so much info about him, I just kind of sat there and went, oh, I really know nothing about this guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't really know too much about him as well, but I love his music. He's very popular. He had a lot of hits that everyone used to enjoy, especially in my younger days.
Yeah, that's why I like.
Yeah. And he's a beautiful singer. He might not be the most talented singer, but that doesn't matter because a lot of people nowadays, when they look for songs and singers, they want to see what this person's limit or their vocal range is, like how high they can sing for how long. A lot of the time, that's not even important. What's important is they've got soul and they've got musical flow that no matter what they sing, you can enjoy it and ride along. And I think that's what makes a good singer. And he definitely has that. He always has catchy, hooks and choruses. It's just very easy to get along with these songs. And this song is no exception. This song's a little bit different to the other songs before because it has more of a techno trancey feel to it, like a European trance type of feel. But either way, it's still enjoyable. It's still got his vocals, still got his singing, and it's catchy. It's easy to ride along to. I'll be breaking down this song. I'll be leading along. As usual, we're going to go through each of the words, give our opinion, our peace of mind of it. Maybe an explanation for something a bit complicated. This song is not very complicated. It's pretty easy to understand. It's very relatable. He made it nice and relatable for anyone to understand the lyrics here. And yeah, so there'll be verse 1, the hook, verse 2, another hook, a bridge verse. So it's kind of like another connecting verse. Or if anything, it's verse 3. Another hook, and then an outro, which is technically the fourth verse, I don't know if we can get technical. Yeah, and this is the hook again. It's very easy going, easy, simple words. And yeah, as usual, we'll be breaking it down and, just giving our peace of mind. And hopefully you can leave better understanding it. To be honest, I doubt anyone will leave better understanding this song because all you got to do is just listen to it yourself. If you speak the English language, you will understand it straight away. Oh, and if you've ever experienced heartbreak, or not just general heartbreak, I think being separated from someone you love, like,
Yeah.
I think you'll really understand this song. Anyway, I'm Dan,
I'm V.
and this is Lyrics at Home. Let's get to it. So the first verse starts with the lines, "It's been so long that I haven't seen your face." That's quite clear. It's been a long time since he's seen somebody, or rather made contact with somebody. And I think it's clear with this type of song that this somebody is his significant other. Maybe they're not officially together anymore because they've broken up, as you'll find out in the song, but it's definitely him stating that he hasn't seen this person that he wishes to make up with in a very long time. I like how he says, "haven't seen your face," because it's more than just contact, because maybe, they've shared a message or wrote a letter to each other or called each other on the phone. They've kept in contact somehow. Or nowadays, maybe they've had a Facebook message or a Snapchat or something. I don't know. But he states, "haven't seen your face," and I'm sure he means actually seeing each other face to face, not online, not digitally, not a movie, but they actually haven't seen each other face to face. And that does, make it seem very dramatic.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
A formal meeting. I think that's what he means. Like physically being in the physical presence of someone. That's I think that's what he means by "I haven't seen your face."
Because that's especially important in regards to your significant other. It's not I don't mean to be so demanding, but it's just not enough to just, have a phone call or just share a letter. Sometimes you just want to be in their presence, and he's definitely stating that, it's been so long that I haven't seen your face, that I haven't been in your presence. To his loved one that he does miss, that is a very important thing.
Yeah, like it's so self-explanatory.
Yeah. He then goes on to say, "I'm trying to be strong, but the strength I have is washing away." I take that to mean that Akon himself, he cannot keep himself in his optimal form. And that could be seen in many aspects, like physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, which is like all of that together. He's not as he's not in optimum condition. He's not strong, because when someone's strong, they're ready to tackle anything, because in all aspects of themselves, they're ready, they're strong. And he's probably noting this because he's no longer with his significant other. He definitely felt strength being with them. And now that they are no longer with him, his strength is washing away.
Yeah. So I took it pretty much the same way. The strength that he's talking about is the inner strength that he has to pull himself together to get through this separation. And I think also maybe a little bit about having the strength to get over the situation as well, getting over the separation.
It's clear cut, he doesn't feel complete, because with someone, especially someone you love, you find purpose with another person, and there's almost this feeling of being complete.
Yeah.
And he probably doesn't feel complete. He feels incomplete now that they're gone, and what he understands of himself being complete is washing away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he goes on and says, "It won't be long before I get you by my side." This line here kind of changes the tone of the verse, but it's still relevant in the fact that he has been separated from his significant other. But these lines here give more sense of hope, because he's stated he's been it's been so long that they've been not been together. He's not as good as he used to be, but now he's bringing hope in by saying, you know what, I will have you by my side, which means, you know, he is intent on getting this person back, as not getting back as in getting back to them in the evil way. I mean, like returning to their partnership.
Yeah, like restoring what was once there.
Yeah, their relationship.
Yeah,
you know, he has hope and he's keen. He wants to do it.
Yeah.
He doesn't say that he wants to do it or he's planning to do it. He almost sounds certain. It won't be long before I get you by my side. There's a certainty there because he knows, you know, he's committed.
Yeah, he's a man on a mission. He's got to make it happen.
Yeah, and I like that. You know, it shows the passion he has towards his significant other.
Yeah.
I don't know the detail of their relationship. You know, I don't know if it went bad or, you know, maybe this other person doesn't love them. But, you know, it's very romantic, you know, that he's so sure that he wants to get back with his partner. Yeah. But there's definitely a persistence and a surety, which, you know, that hope is good, you know.
Yeah.
Then the lines go, and just hold you, tease you, squeeze you, tell you what's been on my mind. Some people might not understand this part. There's 3 separate things he explains. Tease you, squeeze you, which rhyme very well, and then tell you what's been on my mind. There are 3 different things, but at the same time, they're all aspects of a close and endearing relationship.
Yeah.
Because first of all, when he says tease you, teasing, it's something that people that are very close to each other can do casually. Because if you're not doing it casually, you're teasing someone, you're actually teasing someone, and you're actually bringing evil towards them. You're expressing evil towards them. But this is not the case in this song. He means tease you as in he's willing to play on the boundaries that he knows he can stay within with his partner, you know, because when you're with a partner, when you especially your significant other, there's this level of trust that you can kind of poke at them and it'll be all right. You know, it shows that level of trust.
Yeah, it's just being playful and play fighting.
Yeah, play fighting, definitely. You know, people or anyone out there, whether you're an animal or creature, you know, when you play fight, it does show a level of trust. Yeah, and so that's quite the statement to say when you're referring to someone, because now this person isn't just anybody he's interested in. He's not just some girl he saw down across the street and he's interested to be with her. No, he's actually talking about someone that he's built a level of trust with.
Yeah.
Yeah. To say tease you, and then he goes on to say squeeze you. That is very close, and you need a big level of trust to be that physically close to someone to squeeze them. I don't think he's going to squeeze them, you know, like bear hug. I can't wait to bear hug you to the. Yeah. No.
It just means like strongly embrace someone. I think. Yeah. Like you know when you miss someone, you haven't seen them in a while, and you go up to have a hug, and you just embrace each other, and you hug them a lot more strongly than you normally would if you saw each other every day or something.
Yeah, it's much more than just a hug. You know, it's a squeeze. You know, there's more passion and effort put into it.
Yeah.
And then tell you what's been on my mind. That sounds like an easy thing to do with anyone, but you know, when you tell your significant other what's on your mind, you build that level of trust where you're going to share things that you probably don't share with anyone.
Yeah.
You might not even share it with any family members. You might just share it with your significant other. And that as well shows that level of trust. You know, that it really shows the degree of the relationship that he has with his significant other.
Yeah. Even
if they have broken up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's very sweet to mention those 3 things. You know, it's very emphatic towards, you know, how he feels about his relationship with this person.
Yeah, because like when you're in a relationship, your significant other becomes your best friend. They become your confidant and your counselor all in one. So there are things that of course you want to share with them. You know, your joys and your prides, along with your sadness and your worries and your stresses. They become your stress relief. I think that's what that line could also entail.
Yeah, definitely, because his strength is withering away. That's probably one of the things he's going to share as well.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we'll move to the chorus, to the hook. It's pretty clear what the hook means. No, actually, it may not be clear, because he goes on to say, I want to make up right now, nah. Or again, I want to make up right now, nah. When he says want to make up, it is quite, it might be a bit ambiguous to understand, but I'm sure for what he means when he says make up, some people might not understand it, but I'm sure he means, he wants to make up, he wants to almost catch up or rebuild on things. And when he says I want to make up, he might want to rebuild on the things that he's missed with his partner, in their relationship. He wants to make up for the troubles he may have caused, and maybe he hopes that the partner, or that the one that used to be a partner, wants to make up for the troubles that partner may have caused.
Yeah.
He wants to probably make up for the relationship that used to be strong, used to be beautiful, now isn't anymore. He probably wants to make up for that too. There are a whole list of things that he could want to make up for, and he wants to say it simply by just saying, I want to make up. The partner might be asking, what for? And he could just say, just everything. I want to make up for this, that. So it's a nice way to wrap up, something.
Yeah, and he says that line twice in the hook, so it's emphasizing again how much he wants to reconciliate with this person.
Yeah.
Or reconcile with this person.
Wish we never broke up right now, nah. We need to link up right now. This makes it clear that he accepts that his relationship with this person has been broken. They are separated. They were probably close. They were intimate lovers, probably. Or maybe they could be even just partners in something, maybe in a business or, in their occupation. It could be a brother and sister, but it definitely signifies the acceptance that a relationship has been broken. It is not, they don't consider themselves together anymore.
Yeah, and this is the first instance where we see that he's explicitly saying that they've broken up. So now you really see, it really was a significant relationship for him, and he explicitly states for the first time here that they broke up. Yeah.
And he says, wish we never broke up right now. So it definitely shows how important it is. If it was just a simple person he met once, maybe he might not care. I don't think he'll go as far as to say, I wish we never broke up, even though I've only met you once.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm sure, there is a strong relationship that has been broken, that they are now separated. Yeah,
and then there is regret. You get a sense of regret in that as well.
Yeah, I wish we never. When you say never, that's a strong word. He wished they never separated. And then he goes, we need to link up. When you say you need to link up, that's a very strong thing to say. When you link up with something, it's like a chain, chains and links, it's very strong. That's what makes a chain so strong and solid, the links, they're not just in contact with each other, they're actually bound to each other, they're fastened. He wants to fasten himself and, be in an unbreakable bond with someone, with the person that he has broken up with. And the song, the hook after every line says right now, nah. That's the name of the song, Right Now. So it shows the urgency with it. The first verse is his strength is washing away. He's keen on getting this person back. And
the desperation
Yeah.
of wanting to get back together. Yeah,
It's not
evident.
it's not just the idea of getting back with him. There's an urgency right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the second verse, it starts off with, "Girl, I know, mistakes were made between us two." So it's a female, so that means more. She was more than likely his lover or his partner, significant other, whatever you want to call it. It could have been his daughter, if anything, or his mother. I don't think you call your mother girl. That could be disrespectful, depending on if she wants to feel young. But it's definitely, a potential wife, or maybe his ex-wife or an ex-girlfriend. Yeah. So there's that aspect of it. When he says mistakes were made between us two, that's him accepting that things might not have went as well as they could have, and he's being upfront and honest about it. He's also saying that the other person made a mistake, but at least he's not denying the fact that he has made a mistake, because between us two, they were made between us two. Like, he's definitely involved in a mistake, and he's being honest and upfront about it. And I think that's that is one of the parts of forgiveness, just getting things on the table, being honest about it, being accepting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's acknowledging that there was a mistake. There were mistakes made on his behalf and mistakes made on her behalf. So they jointly share the blame on their breakup.
And we showed ourselves. And we showed ourselves that night. Even said some things weren't true. I think there's a bit of grammar. Like, it's not incorrect. Like, for convenience sake, for song and for the flow of words, some words were omitted. I think it was even said some things that weren't true. But sadly, that is one of those words that does often get omitted. In the English language, and for the sake of the song, it does make sense, to omit that word. But so with this line, we showed ourselves that night. They didn't just literally show themselves, because when you're in a relationship with someone, you see each other in person. But he's probably referring to showing an ugly side of themselves that they don't often share with each other.
Yep.
Sometimes some people might say, like, showing your true colors.
Yeah, your true self.
Yeah, and that's usually noting the hate that someone might hold inside, and then you finally get to show that hate. Not that it's a good thing, but, with someone important to you, like your significant other, you don't really want to show that hateful side, because you want to express love with them. You want to express good feelings and joy with them, pleasures, not ugly sides. So that's probably what he meant by showed ourselves. He says even said some things that weren't, he didn't say that, but said some things weren't true. They were definitely having a fight. There was definitely a conflict, because when you fight with someone, you start to show your ugly, hateful self. And then you might start pulling underhanded slights, little tricks just to get the upper hand in the argument.
Yeah.
You might say things that you don't actually mean, that that aren't true. Like, in honesty, they're not true to yourself. You might say them to prove a point, but maybe that's not the case, because he could have said something like, "Oh, I don't care, blah 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 blah," when in reality he probably does care. Or he could have said, "Oh, I did it because, I don't love you anymore." And he's just trying to bring out some spite, where in fact he may actually still love this person completely. It's just, when we're in the heat of the moment and in rage, we do say bitter, hateful things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was definitely about just they showed their true colours, and it says that night, so he's referencing a particular event that happened between the two of them, which denotes how hurtful and painful and distressing this was, because for him to reference it in a song in this verse, and then the line that says, "Even said some things weren't true." We're all guilty of that. In the heat of an argument, we're bound to say a few things that are kind of a twist on the truth, like you said, just to get the upper hand in the argument. Yeah, we're all, but it's a very, I think it's a very human thing to do, which we go on to regret a lot of the time afterwards. When we go back and look at it in retrospect.
Yeah, I like how you noted that he specified that night. It shows a particular instance that was probably the climax to the breakup that happened. So to recall that, it's probably hard for anyone, because I know a lot of examples and people where an incident happened where everything just blew up and everything went wrong, and a lot of people, they don't want to revisit that memory because it is very hurtful. He's willing to be honest about it and fess up for the crimes he committed, not the legal crimes, but I mean the relationship crimes and the hate that might have brewed that night. So for him to recite that night, it shows that he's very understanding of what's making him feel hurt, what's making him lose his strength. He knows it was probably that night that broke up the relationship. And it's obvious that night went a bit sour, because the next lines say, "Why'd you go? And haven't seen my girl since then." That night was the last time he probably saw her. The first verse says, "It's been so long since I haven't seen your face. It's been since that night." So it was the incident that pretty much washed everything away. So why'd you go? It's a question. It's almost as if, I still love you, but you left. Did things really go that bad? He's probably questioning himself. Like, it's probably not even a question to the girl he's referring to. It could be even to himself, like, why'd you go? Like, he's trying to make sense of it,
And either way, I think it denotes that there was no closure in this breakup, in this split up. Because for him to ask, like, why'd you go? It shows that they didn't end on good terms, and they didn't come to some sort of mutual agreement to do this. To me, it denotes that there was no closure.
It was a bad ending. The next lines are, "Why can't it be the way it was? 'Cause you were my homie, lover, and friend." He's upset that the breakup has occurred. He doesn't want things to be the way they are now. He wants them to be like the way they were before, when him and his significant others, they were more than just husband and wife or girlfriend and boyfriend or whatever relationship you want to use, you want to notify. They were also homies, lovers, and friends. Some people don't understand homies. I don't know what homie literally means. It might actually mean something pretty bad. Like, I don't know, I have an idea in my head that, when some people, they talk about homie, it originated from a slave that you used to have at home. I think it's a way to tease your friend.
Doesn't it mean hometown boy or girl or hometown friend?
Okay. So I've taken it wrong way. Yep.
I think that's what it means when it's a term of endearment that you give to someone that you've grown up closely with, or where you came from the same part of town, or similar upbringings and things like that. So there's familiarity and closeness there.
Yeah.
And that's why you call someone your homegirl or your homeboy, you know, your homie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's definitely a sense of family. Like, you know, it's more than just someone you know. It's actually someone you have a tied relationship with you because you both originated from the same spot. Okay, I guess homie means that because I used to sometimes think maybe homie is a way that some people tease each other because they, oh, you're my slave. Not saying that they are a slave, but the relationship between a person and a slave, they're not exactly close, but at the same time they're close to each other because your slave lives with you. You know, he lives in your home. Like, you're my homeboy. You're that boy that lives in my home that does what I want. So it's not it's not a good thing, but you know, people tease each other and they say things like that. I thought it was something like that.
Yeah. No, I remember I looked up the term a long time ago when I was younger.
Yeah.
Because I was just curious, like, what does this mean?
Yeah. I was trying to understand the origins of the word because I understand what it means when, you know, when people use it.
Yeah, when you use it colloquially.
Yeah, like, oh, hey, homie, you know, it means someone you're close with in a way, and not just close because you build a relationship, but because, like you said, there's a similar origin. You know, you guys are probably born in the same area, or grew up in the same area, went to the same school.
It's definitely a term of endearment.
Yeah. It's not just a friend; it's a homie. He even says friend as well, which is quite a sweet thing to say for your significant other.
So maybe homie signifies something a bit closer than a friend, so someone that's as close as family.
Yeah. And he says lover, of course, you know, because you were my lover. Sad thing is that you were, and you were my homie. It's pretty sad that they're no longer. Yeah, and friend as well. So it's when he mentions friend. Sorry, when he mentions friend, he's not only talking about the degree of how close they were together. Friend is also a type of relationship you have with someone, because when you with your friend, you have fun together, you play together, you do things together, you know, you enjoy moments together. Of course you can enjoy moments with your significant other, and that's good. That means your significant other is like your friend, and he's trying to explain, like, you know, you're more than just my female companion that I go to dinner with and get married to. Like, you're someone I enjoy my life with, my friend. Yeah,
I think that's the significance of that line there, that he names these three things. Because I believe usually when somebody is out there seeking a significant other, these are the things that you ideally would like to have or share with your significant other. You want them to be your family, you know, your homie, your family, because they will give you that nurturing home. You have a place to come home to, or someone to come home to, if they are your family. If they are your lover, like you're able to share intimacy with these people. You know, you share a marriage, you procreate with each other, and then to have a friend in this same person as well. Like you were saying, you can be playful. You play with each other, and you test each other's boundaries and things like that. These are all different kinds of relationships, and I think a lot of people try to find all of these things in one person.
He's definitely found this in one person, which is awesome for him. Yeah. I'm not going to say that everyone is looking for all these things in the potential partner, because I don't know, some people have different approaches and needs to what the potential partner is, you know.
Yeah.
I know there are relationships out there where these two people, they claim that they are together, but they don't seem to be friends at all, and it's a bit strange. But I don't know, if they're happy being partners together, and I'm talking about intimate, personal, loving relationship, if they're happy to be partners but not be friends, then that's up to them. But Akon right here, he's talking about his relationship, and it seems a pretty big deal.
Yeah, and also I when he says, why can't it be the way it was, to me that denotes his mourning and his grievance for losing this relationship, because he really it's signifying how much he really wants this relationship back. So he's really mourning the loss of this significant relationship. It seems like this relationship was a pretty significant one to him.
Yeah, of course, especially since he has all these attributes involved, the homie, lover, friend. That's a good relationship. It would be terrible for anyone to lose that with anyone, whether they're your loving partner or not. Yeah, so sorry about that, Akon. So the hook repeats again. It's the same as it is throughout the whole song. I want to make up right now. I want to make up right now. Wish we never broke up. We need to link up right now. So that much is clear. There's been a breakup and he wants to rebuild it.
Yeah.
So we move on to the bridge. To me, this is pretty much just the third verse, but yeah, I guess it's the bridge because it connects, certain parts together. And it starts off with, I should note that through every line that he says, there is an echo singing that says, miss you much. I miss you much. So he starts off with saying, I can't lie, I miss you much. Watching every day that goes by, I miss you much. Till I get you back, I'm gonna try. Yes, I miss you much. 'Cause you are the apple of my eye. Girl, I miss you much. Yeah. So, I can't lie. That is saying he's being honest right here. He's explaining, he's noting his honesty. I can't lie.
Yeah, like he's bearing all cards on the table. I'm not putting up my guard, not putting on a front. These are my honest and bare feelings.
Yeah, he's going to say it how it is. So, he can't lie that he's watching every day that goes by.
Which is pretty agonizing.
Yeah. I think that means that he's not happy about each day, that he has to assess each and every day because he's not really enjoying it. Time flies by when you're having fun, and you forget that it might have been 1 day or 2 days or weeks if you're having a good time. So he's showing that he's not having a good time, and likely because he's no longer with his lover or his partner. And of course, through every line he says, I miss you much. He more than just misses him, he misses him so much. Yeah. Till I get you back, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try.
I think what he's trying to say here is, until I do get you back, I'm going to try every day until it finally works and they do reconcile and he finally does get her back. I think that's what he's trying to say.
So you think he's going to try and rebuild that relationship with a significant other?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's going to reach out and try and get her back every day. Yeah.
I used to
until it works, until his tactics work. Yeah.
When I listen to this song, I take it as in he's feeling hopeless because when you break up with someone, you lose hope. He's in this state of hopelessness, but he's trying to show now I'm hopeless, but I'm gonna try live every day as full as I can. That's what I thought. He's trying to show he's trying to be hopeful, but also it could mean he's gonna try and rebuild that relationship till I get you back.
Yeah.
I thought it was. It kind of noted dependence because until I get you back, I'm gonna try to be strong anyway because once I have you, I am complete again.
Yeah.
And I don't need to try anymore. Yeah.
Could be. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's open to interpretation.
Yeah.
The song is beautiful because it's relatable to anyone who's experiencing the loss.
Yeah. Which is why we start this whole thing because it's open into interpretation. We're interpreting lyrics. Yeah.
'Cause you are the apple of my eye. That's an old poetic phrase, the apple of my eye. I guess the simple way to explain that is you're the only thing that I am concentrating on.
Yeah.
You might look at a scene or a picture or you might look at a tree, But if you note the apple, there's only one apple you're looking at, and that's the one you want. Out of all the apples out there on that tree, or in this big orchard with lots of trees in it, there's one apple you're looking at. You're the one I'm concentrated on. You're what I care about. There are many songs that use the apple of my eye. I know Stevie Wonder. He starts his song with "You are the apple of my eye."
Yeah,
I think that's the lines. Yeah.
I don't even know that song, so I believe you. I learned that this phrase is very old. It's an old English phrase dating back to AD 885. And Shakespeare used the term as well in A Midsummer Night's Dream back in the 1600s. And in the lines that Shakespeare wrote, he wrote that I think it was about an archer, and that whole thing that they do, like they put an apple on top of someone's head, and then the archer tries to shoot. Yeah, the archer tries to shoot it. So by saying that you are the apple of my eye, it's that apple is your focus. It's the only thing you're looking at. It's the only target you are trying to hit. We use it now casually, colloquially, to mean that this person is the only thing that's on your mind. It's the only thing you're looking for, the only thing you ever want.
It's the only thing you care about.
Yeah. And we usually use it to denote or to represent or signify the love you have for someone, how much endearment you have for someone. Yeah.
I like focused. I like that word when you said that. That was good. Yeah. And this bridge, of course, repeats those 4 lines. I can't lie, watching every day that goes by. Till I get you back, I'm going to try, 'cause you are the apple of my eye. With the I miss you much. And I love that part of the song. I love hearing the echoes of I miss you much. It's very catchy. You can just get lost and mesmerized when he starts singing that part. And he states every point slowly. So I don't know. It's a beautiful part. He's a beautiful singer.
And it's really catchy. I really like it.
Yeah, I love Akon and his music. He's catchy as hell. Yeah. So it moves on to another hook. Again, he wants to make up. He wish they never broke up, and he wants to link up. Yeah. And then we move on to the 4th verse, or some note it as the outro. And it's pretty much, he states each line, and then there's a vocal that echoes that very line. So, I want you to fly with me. I want you to fly with me. I miss how you lie with me. I miss how you lie with me. Just wish you could dine with me. Wish you could dine with me. The one that'll grind with me. Said the one that will grind with me. So I want you to fly with me. That is something you could easily say to a partner, because when you say you want to fly with them, they don't mean literally flap their wings and fly. I think that, or catch a plane and go somewhere. I think it's more metaphoric in a sense where he wants to go places with his partner, and not just to a destination as in, oh, let's travel to Dubai, let's fly to Dubai. It's more fly as in, it could be in the occupational status, hey, let's grow in this job we're working at, or let's grow in our fame in music, or fly means move along in life, like progress in life.
Yeah, I think it could literally mean fly on a plane. I mean, by now, with this song, Akon had gone platinum and triple platinum. Like he's got the funds to fly his woman all around the world with him.
On his own plane, maybe?
Yeah, private jet.
I'm not sure.
Never know. But I also took it to mean growth, growing together, journeying together, progressing together, whether it be with occupational success or just growing as a human being, and things like that. That's what I took it to mean.
Yeah, or in skills, you could both become amazing painters together. The main thing is a course of action with a partner. He wants to progress with his partner.
Yeah.
Because it's very romantic when you do something with somebody. It's always beautiful to achieve something alone, but when you achieve something together with someone, it's more endearing because this person has now shared something with you. Like, you might feel like, oh, I've grown in my skill in something. But then when you think about it, you did it together with someone. That thing that you grew in now is solidified with someone else involved. You know, it means so much more.
Yeah, and it strengthens the relationship or the bond that you have with someone as well, I think.
Definitely.
Yeah, to grow together.
So it's not just literally flying, it's, you know, I think it signifies growth. I miss how you lie with me. That probably notes lying down. But, you know, because, you know, usually when you have someone lie down with you, that definitely shows a big level of trust.
Yeah.
You know, like, everything's like going well, and, you know, you're that comfortable enough to lie down with someone, because you don't just sleep anywhere. Or for general people, they don't just sleep anywhere. Like, who you choose to sleep next to, it shows how much trust is involved with this person, because when you sleep, you're vulnerable.
Yeah, you're completely vulnerable.
You're not exactly in a state where you can defend yourself from predators or anything. So to choose to have someone to lie down with them, it does show that level of trust.
Yeah.
This line could also mean that I miss how you lie with me. Maybe him and his partner, they used to be dishonest together towards people. Like, they used to make up lies about stuff, you know, and they feel like that's how we're close, because we used to lie to this person, and we enjoyed it so much.
Yeah.
Who knows, you know, they could have had that kind of relationship. They could have been con artists. You know, Akon, he likes to talk about...
maybe they ran like a pickpocketing ring or something like that, you know?
Akon loves to talk about being a convict, you know, so like he could have been a con artist, you know, with his partner. You know, I want you to lie. I miss how you lie with me. I miss those tricks we used to do on people.
Yeah. If you've ever seen the movie Focus with Margot Robbie and Will Smith, that's that whole movie is just about being a con artist, and then the two, like Margot Robbie and Will Smith, fell in love. Yeah, that's just what it reminds me of.
Yeah, he probably misses how they used to lie together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, just wish you could dine with me. Now, since they've broken up, and he wants to see this person's face again, he wants to go to dinner. You know, what better way to reacquaint yourself with someone through dinner? You know, wish you could dine. He wishes that they could dine together. It sounds, when you wish something, it's pretty desperate. You don't just want to dine with them. If you wish that you could dine together, it means he probably knows it's not a likely outcome.
Yeah, and dining alone it you know, it gets pretty lonesome, and it'd be nice to have company every once in a while.
Especially the company that you want. You know?
Yeah, or the company that you're used to having around. You know, yeah.
Yeah. So he definitely wants to catch up for dinner, you know, over some food, because when food is between two people, whether they're enemies or they're lovers or they're friends or they're neutral, food is a neutralizing factor in engagement, you know. I could be talking to my enemy at a restaurant, and then when food comes out, you know, we both just eat it, you know. I'll let him have a bite of, you know, whatever he's eating, and hopefully they let me have a bite, you know. So it does also involve neutrality, but I don't think he means it in that way. You know, it's just a way for them to catch up.
And also eating, when you eat with someone, or people, it's a very communal experience or thing that you share with other people, and it does build relationships as well, and it builds trust. And I think that's why he's probably missing that, because it's what they used to do together. It's what they used to share. Maybe they had like a favorite restaurant or a favorite dish that they always had, or maybe he misses the way that she used to cook for him or something. You know, yeah.
And then the one that will grind with me. Some people might not understand the whole grind thing. I understand grind by working hard and hard work, or just working, and I mean working as in a job or an occupation or something that usually when people say grind, they're referring to working hard to earn money, so you could grind, at your job, you can grind, being an artist, when you're on the grind, like you're doing what you can, you're making your art pieces for the sake of making money. That's usually what people mean by grind. I think grind comes from cogwheels in a working mechanism, and then the cogwheels, they grind together as they get this machine or this mechanism to work.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's where grind originated from, It's got to do with machinery, like moving and working hard.
And being close together as well.
I'm just talking about, there's that too. There's definitely that. I'm just talking about the word grind in general and how people use it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, two things being close together, working together, being in tandem to create have some desired outcome.
I thought you meant that in terms of the relationship.
No.
Okay, because like it can, maybe he intricately placed those words in to also notify that. To signify that, like the two things working together, grinding together. Grinding could also mean there's a way of dancing with the opposite sex where you grind with them and you literally just physically touch each other in a very close way.
Yeah, you're dancing very closely.
Yeah, so he could be talking about someone he loves to dance very physically closely with.
Yeah, I think the song So Close by Next encompasses that idea, that concept very well.
Definitely. If you listen to it, you'll know exactly what grinding is.
You'll know what we mean.
In the musical form.
Yeah.
But I think Akon here talks about grind in terms of make money together, like, and that's got to do with the flying, progressing in life together.
Yeah.
Maybe his partner was his partner in the grind, like in how they made money, and he probably doesn't feel as efficient as he could be without his partner. But yeah, it could also mean the dancing type of grinding.
Yep, it's open to interpretation.
Yeah,
it's a lot of these words are pretty ambiguous to me.
Yeah, but yeah, so the outro repeats those lines again. I want you to fly with me, miss how you lie with me, just wish you could dine with me, the one that'll grind with me. Oh, and also the one that will grind me. It means it is the person that he understands is the one that will either make money with him or do that promiscuous kind of dance with him.
Yeah. Also the words the one.
Yeah, that's very exclusive.
To denote that she, of all the rest, she's the unique one. She's different from all the rest. Yeah, to call someone the one.
Yeah. And then the song ends with the hook, and I don't think I need to repeat it again. And yeah, so to conclude each part of this song, I'll start off with the first verse. It seems... Alright, I split the first verse into two halves. The first half is him explaining the length of the breakup and, how it affects him. That he's setting the story. He hasn't seen his partner in a while and he's weak. And that's the state of him. And then the second half of the first verse, it shows the hope that he has, that he will reunite with his partner. Yeah, did you want to...
No, I think that sums it up quite nicely.
Alright, so for the hook, I think it's quite clear. He wants to get back together with his partner because they broke up. And he wants to do it right away, like urgently, right now. You know, it means a lot to him that there's a damn urgency. Yeah, that much should be clear.
Yeah.
The second verse.
So for verse 2, you could pretty much summarize it as him indicating that he'd had a fight and said some things that weren't true to his significant other that night, and showed that they both showed their true colours to each other. Maybe that was harbouring some feelings that were never explicitly said in the relationship, but the verse is just pretty much indicating that he'd had a fight on this particular night, and that is the reason why they'd split up, and the whole purpose for him writing this song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to summarize the second verse, we could just say it's the conflict and the instance that caused the breakup that he is singing about, that he wants to rekindle, or the relationship he wants to rekindle.
Yeah.
There's another hook again. It's the exact same thing. And okay, the bridge. To summarize the bridge, it's him being honest about the way he feels, the way he has been affected, the way he's going to approach it, and why. It's almost like the who, what, when, where, why kind of. It's him being honest and straight up about it, in hopes that the other hears his message, hears his song, and understands.
Yeah, and I think it also just signifies the significance of this girl even more. The fact that he's watching the time, the fact that she is the apple of his eye. That whole bridge just signifies the uniqueness and the specialness of his significant other.
That's true, because he does make her seem more special in this specific part of the song.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And the outro, how would you conclude the outro?
I would just, same sort of thing. It's just him signifying that he misses what made this relationship special. He misses what made this relationship stand out from all the other relationships that he'd ever had, because in this he says that that she's the one. Yeah.
I take the outro, though, to summarize it. I take it as his wishes for the future with this person, like he hopes, but you know, it's what he wants for the future. He wants to be with this person, and you know, he has all these plans to progress. I think that's what it is, because you know, what he wants in the future is to dine with them, to progress with them, to lie down together, or be dishonest and lie to people together.
Yeah, to con people.
Yeah, and to make money, or to grind, or to have a intimate dance.
Yeah,
well, so it's definitely wishes for the future. Yeah, but overall the song is quite simple. If you listen to it and you understand English, you'll be able to understand it and relate to it if you've ever broken up with a significant other, or just with anyone, you know, in no matter what kind of relationship. You know, it's very heartfelt, you know, and you listen to Akon. He's an awesome singer. You know, he puts his soul into his words, so you really feel what he says, you know. Yeah. You might not like the trancey techno style of beat, because there's some people out there that they won't listen to a type of music just because of the genre that the music falls under, or the type of sound there is in particular. Please don't be like that, people. Be open to all types of music, because good music is good music. Good music should be a genre, not techno or hip hop, where Akon will probably find himself. And yeah, that's all I have to say. I hope, you know, our viewers and our listeners enjoy this piece. I hope it didn't take too long. We've been trying to work on cutting down and shortening the length of our little episodes.
Yeah, we've been working hard to condense and kind of compact everything for you guys without leaving out too much of anything that might be of relevance to the songs that we talk about.
Yeah. We apologize if we were wrong about any specific parts or any statements that we make, and we will always stand corrected if someone does explain, because we are forever learning.
Yep.
That's what's important to us. And right now we're just discussing. So we apologize for any mistakes. We apologize for the long length, but we hope you enjoyed it. We hope you took something from this. And we would like to hear any comments, whether it's constructive feedback or anything we're doing well, anything we're not doing well.
Yep.
Let us know, because there's only one way we can really grow is if we continue, which you guys can encourage, and if we learn from our mistakes.
Yeah, so tell us what you like, tell us what you don't like. We'd love to hear everything from you guys. And hope you enjoyed this one.
Yeah, so again, I'm Dan.
I'm V.
And this is Lyrics at Home. Thank you.